Welcome to Pardon That Vine. My name is Chris Riccobono and this is the world's most unbiased wine review forum. And today we're doing a blind tasting. And blind tastings are great for two reasons. First of all, they're a lot of fun. It's a great way to taste wine with people who have not tasted a lot of wines. It's a fun event, fun way to get into wine. And also I think it kind of it teaches you something because certain times you hear wine and someone opens up wine and says it's $200, or someone opens up a bottle of wine and says this is $10. Right away in your mind you're saying that $200 bottle has got to be better, and that's not always the case. And I'm sure you've been at parties or family gatherings, someone opens a wine and says, oh, it's a $100 bottle of wine, and you hear everyone saying, oh, this is so good, this is so good. And someone opens a $10 bottle of wine and people don't even want to drink it. So I think this is the best way to learn about wine. I also think it's the best way to start to distinguish the grapes. In this case, we're tasting all Cabernets, but a great way to learn is to have someone mix up a Zinfandel, a Pinot, a Barolo, a Barbaresco, a Rioja, and start to distinguish the different tastes and different flavor profiles between the different wines. And then as you get better and improve, then start to just taste Cabernets and start to just taste Pinots. So anyway, with that, let's give this a try. I've asked Jay to pick out 3 Cabernets, all different price ranges. I said anywhere between $20 and $100. So let's see how this goes. We will start with the first one. Not the darkest Cabernet I've ever seen, but lighter, on the lighter side, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. Except the fact that it smells like nothing does mean something. It almost smells like cardboard or almost like the glass or water. It's nothing coming out of the nose. Let's give it a taste. Wow. That's not a good Cabernet. It's a few things wrong. In the front end, it tastes like fake candy, not true Cabernet. It tastes like a melted candy into a liquid. Secondly, it's a huge bite, but a painful, acidic bite that goes through my ears, and then finally just drops off. So it's pretty much every way not to make a Cabernet, it seems like happened here. And it's fairly young, and it's just disappeared immediately. I'm not even going to try it again. Let me dump this back in here, because I have nothing to dump this into. Thank you, Jay, for that. Alright, let's give the second one a try. That's not good. This is a little darker, but not, once again, it's not that inky color. Let's give it a smell. Nice smell, black fruits, hint of a little like a flowery bouquet smell. Another, huge bite at the end, kind of comes a little early and takes over the wine. Nice fruit on the front palate, or on the front side, the mid palate, not bad, but great transition, just boom. As you're in the mid palate and looking to enjoy it, it just gets tackled by the tannins. Decent finish. It's a young wine, 2005, 6. It's almost sweating from it. It really, maybe it's that one still, but not bad. I don't know if I rated this. Probably give this an 82. Probably give this an 89. It's there is some complexity. You can tell that it's a decent wine. If this is somewhere in the $30 range, then it's a great effort. But if it's not, then it's not a good effort in my opinion. But let's figure that one out later. And not that impressed so far with either wine. Should be washing the glass out with wine, not water, but for the sake of time tonight. Now there's that dark, inky color, typical of Cabernets from California. Look at that beautiful color. I don't know if you can see that. Really dark. Let's give it a smell. Strange nose. It's a little cardboard too. What do you open these up about an hour? It's about an hour ago. Should have been probably opened up, longer. But I can sense some black fruits, but I want to say fishy smell, but sometimes that's the case of the way the glass is washed. But let's give this up. See, that's good. See, what happened there was you had nice fruits on the front end, nice black fruits, a little bit, again, of like that bouquet of flowers taste, but then tannins came in, and then they just were the right amount. They integrated into the mid-palate and then kind of faded away, and the wine stayed with me. And that's what I want. That kind of when I talked the episode about at Palmyra, it's that you want that fruit to kind of control it for a while, and then have the tannins pop in and then kind of fade away and not give you that feeling throughout your whole head like this wine did. That's a good wine. It's a young wine, but you can tell that it will last. There's staying power. It's a complete wine. It kind of does everything it's supposed to. It's not exceptional, but I'd probably give it a 92, 93, and I think it will improve because I think this kind of wine has so much structure that it will last. Anyway, let's get to the fun part now. Let's start with the worst wine. Beringer Knights Valley, so I'm not too surprised there. Occasionally the Knights Valley is good. 2006, not so good. And the Knights Valley is north of Sonoma Valley. Sonoma does make some great wines. Doesn't have the reputation of Napa, but in this case, not a great job here. If this was $12 and was kind of the price of a bar wine, I'd say okay. Actually, I wouldn't even say okay based on the way it tasted, but in this case, it's that is a bad wine. It's about $18 retail. Let's go to the next one. Robert Young. I'm surprised. I've expected more from Robert Young. Robert Young, Scion, I think that's how you say it, S-C-I-O-N, from Alexander Valley, which is actually right next to Knights Valley. So 2 wines from Sonoma. He's just been making some tremendous Cabernets, especially 02. This is the 04. Not that impressed, although I'd give it an 89 still, but for $50, $60, which it sells for, you can find much better wines at that, the way this one tasted. I would not give up on Robert Young because, like I said, this guy has made some phenomenal wines in the past, this winery. However, I have to give that a pass this time. Finally, Cayman. That makes sense. Cayman is Mark Harold, one of the best winemakers out there. He made wines for Merus, M-E-R-U-S, which is kind of one of those cult Cabernets. This is only a 2005. His wines last. This will last, I don't know, 20 years, 15 years. This is also from Sonoma Valley, so 3 wines from the Sonoma Valley, which is good because I think people should be trying wines from Sonoma, for Cabernets from Sonoma. This is, I know for a fact that this got a 95. I'm not sure what this received from Robert Parker. I would probably give it a 93, but it is in that $65 range, which Cayman is a great value wine. I mean, this wine that Mark Harold makes, is up there with the best winemakers. A lot of these wines that taste like this sell for $125, $100 or so. This is $65, will last for 20 years, will only improve. I would check this one out. I'd pass on this, but I would not give up on Robert Young. I'd check him out, especially the 02 if you can get your hands on it. And Beringer Knights Valley, just a really bad effort this time. Beringer makes some tremendous wines, whether reserve, which we'll taste on later episodes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the blind tasting. We'll continue to do this format. I think you can learn a lot. I strongly recommend you go with some of your friends and do some blind tastings. It's a lot of fun. Great way to have some wine parties and to get into wine. With that, have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.